Every week, I meet someone from a new career path to find out what it takes to work in that industry. This week, I'm joined by Sue, who is a teacher at a local secondary school. Hello everyone and welcome back. I am joined here today by Sue. So I'm going to interview Sue today all about careers advice for young people and to see what career she does and what advice she has for you all. So welcome Sue, lovely to meet you.
Thank you, lovely to be here.
So if you'd like to introduce yourself to everybody watching at home today.
Okay, hi, I'm Sue Humphrey. I'm a Gravesend girl now. I wasn't originally. I came from further up in South London, but I've lived here for the last 23 years since I started teaching at a local grammar school.
Amazing, that's brilliant. And tell us a bit about your job role and what you have today.
So I'm an English teacher at the boys' school, and I've had various positions of responsibility in the past, but at the moment I just like being an English teacher.
Fantastic.
So I have to teach my students in the classroom, obviously, which has been a little bit strange lately because I've not been teaching them in the classroom. But it's amazing how quickly you adapt. I've chosen not to have any extra responsibility, so therefore I can concentrate solely on teaching the students and spending most of my life marking their work.
That's amazing, wow. And did you always want to be a teacher? Is it something you've always wanted to do as a
I think I
profession?
did. I think I did, but because I left school earlier than I planned, halfway through my A-levels, which I can explain later, I didn't think that would ever be an opportunity that I would have.
Right.
And so instead, for about 10 years, I went into a different career. Then eventually I kind of found that belief in myself that I really could do this.
Yeah, of course.
And then I went to university and then I became a teacher. I think the desire had always been there.
That's amazing.
But the belief hadn't
always been there. Oh, bless you. Okay. And what sort of training did you have to do to get into the teaching industry?
So you have to have a degree. It's as simple as that. And so I had to go to university and I had to do a degree. And then I chose to do a PGCE, which is a postgraduate certificate of education, which is 1 year training. And I did that down at Christ Church College in Canterbury. So I was able to kind of be fairly local to where I was at the time. And then once you've got your PGCE and your degree, then you can apply for jobs.
That's amazing. Wow, that's really useful information for the young people to know, so thank you for that, Sue. What do you enjoy most about your job? So what's the one thing you really enjoy most about teaching?
The students.
It's
as simple as that. I love being in the classroom. I love it when one of them gets it and you kind of have that light bulb moment. I teach English, so I love literature and I love books and I just love everything
fantastic.
I'm very passionate about what I teach.
About that.
And then every now and again someone will go, "Oh, miss, does that mean?" And you're like, yes, it does.
Get it.
and I just love it. That kind of gets you through all the tough parts of the job because there are many of them.
Yeah.
But then when you see a student say something that just kind of warms your cockles, just warms your heart, and you just go, "Oh yeah, that was worth it. That was worth that rubbish day that I had yesterday, or that makes up for the fight that took place or whatever." No, there's not really fights, but just sometimes, obviously, boys. I work with teenage boys. And teenage boys can be challenging,
right?
But I love that challenge.
That's it.
But sometimes it's tough. And so therefore, when you're in the classroom and you've got them and you've hooked them, there's nothing better than talking about something you love.
Of course, what you're passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
And I get to do that every day of the week,
that's amazing,
which is lovely.
Stuff. That's incredible. What would you say your biggest achievement is today? So whether that be teaching professionally or outside of your career?
Oh, well, I think it's always going to be being a mum.
Amazing.
Because being a mum's hard work. It's even harder than being a teacher. It's amazing how you can control, in inverted commas, 30 16-year-olds in a class that are kind of going mad, but you can't always control your own child. So that's an achievement
in itself. Definitely.
But no, I've had several achievements in my life. I think going back to university at the age of 27 was a major achievement.
Amazing.
I think still being a teacher after 23 years of doing it is quite an achievement
in itself. Absolutely.
And then there are various other things I've done in my life as well. But I think having a successful career and being a mum and making the two work probably helps that my son goes to my school.
Fantastic.
Or maybe it doesn't in his opinion, but certainly, the two combined are really, really useful.
That's really lovely to hear. Thank you for sharing that.
That's okay.
And lastly, but not least, what advice would you like to give to some of our young people watching this today who might want to get into the teaching industry when they're older?
Don't give up. Don't take what people tell you to define you. So I, for example, had a German teacher who I love German. It was my second favourite subject when I was at school. English was my first. and I wanted to do A-level German, but I went to one of these, as they call them, bog standard comprehensives.
Right.
And I did CSEs. This is how old I am. It was before GCSEs, and I got a grade 1, but that wasn't the equivalent of enough to do an A-level in German.
Yeah.
And so she said I couldn't do it. So I listened to her, and I listened to other people, and I listened to, people who just, oh, you talk too much, you're never going to be anything, you'll never make anything, you don't listen, and I was a little bit of a tinker, shall we say, when I was younger, and and then I had my parents who were saying, oh, no one in my family had ever done a degree. So my parents were saying, oh, you don't want to be doing A-levels, go out and earn some money and bring some money into the house, and so on and so forth. So I think overcoming all of those, I think you have to not listen necessarily to what other people
are saying, of course.
And so actually going back to your earlier question about what one of your greatest triumphs was when I had my interview at Gravesend Grammar School, because I did my degree in English with German in the end.
Wow, okay.
And going back to Gravesend Grammar School for my interview, and my German teacher was head of German
No
there.
way.
And because I'd written this on my CV that I could speak German, they said, oh, we'd like you to teach German, and she came in to interview me, and I nearly died on the spot. But anyway, I was able to have a conversation with her in German, and we became friends after that.
That's fantastic.
If I'd have only listened to her, if I'd have only listened to the voices inside me, I never would have done it. So my greatest advice to young people is believe in yourself. Nothing is ever too late to try. It doesn't matter if you fail. It doesn't matter if you fall down. What matters, cliche but true, is that you get up again.
That's absolutely fantastic. What such amazing advice we have here from Sue. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Sue.
You're very welcome.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and thank you all for watching at home. Hopefully you've learned quite a bit from this interview, especially if you're looking to go into the teaching industry. So thank you for watching.